Hi and welcome along to AFTV News Daily. I hope you guys are all doing well today. Back to talk about football. That's what we want to be talking about right now. Broadcasting across YouTube, Facebook, Periscope, Twitter, and also on Twitch. I know we're just still growing it on Twitch, but if you're there on Twitch, shout us out. Trust me, all the Twitch people, big up yourself. And we've got a very special guest with us tonight, as we always do in the evenings. I've got Cheeky Sport Joel. How you doing?
U2B, yeah. Good enough. What's going on, Robbie? How you doing, man?
I'm good, bro. I'm good, man. How you been?
Listen, I'm all right, man. I'm as you can see, I'm looking a little bit rough here. Do you know what I'm saying? Like I'm growing hair upon hair. But besides that, I'm going to be chilling next week, spending some time with family. You know.
Chilling next week. What have you been doing all this time leading up?
All this week, man, I'm still presenting. I'm still doing a whole bunch of stuff, creating content with other people, working closely with certain brands, with these guys, work with a lot of other content creators. And hopefully with you as well soon, Robbie.
Oh, bless, man. Bless. I need some new trainers.
Yeah.
You know what? It's all that walking I've been doing, man. Trust me, I've really been embracing this keep fit thing, man. So that's been the one good thing about it, man, because there's not much else to do, is there?
I've struggled, man, because I've been working so much. I feel like I've lost weight because when I don't do the whole stuff, us Congolese people, we got to stay active. So I've lost weight, and but I'm trying to, from next week, I'm going to really pick it up again properly. But yeah.
And for you, it's just the same as it is for us. There's no football on at the moment. That must have seemed really strange.
Bro, do you know what I'm doing, Robbie? I'm going on YouTube and I'm looking at old school reels. Like, I know more now than I ever did about Zidane and R9. And I'm not saying I didn't know about those guys. Of course, we know about them. We've grown up on them. But I've really had time now to look at the same documentary, 2-3 times over. And that's the good thing. I've been able to watch, I spent a lot of time watching my favorite World Cup, which was my first World Cup 98. And it just took me back, bro.
I was there.
Yeah. You was there?
I was there, man. World Cup 98. I went because Jamaica qualified.
Yeah.
And I went there. I went to Paris, right? Jamaica played Argentina. It got slapped up 5. I think it's 5-0, man. Gabriel Batistuta scored a hat trick. But I tell you, a hat trick or 4 goals he scored.
Yeah, but you lot's vibes, even back then, you lot's
vibes. It was wicked. I remember, right? I remember it was in Paris here, and it was like really, really hot day, and it was beautiful, man. Like all the Argentinian fans were coming up, and they go, "Reggae boy, swap scarf," and we swapped scarves with him, and all the people, all the French people, really embraced the Jamaican fans because they'd never qualified before, and the whole reggae vibe, and there was music blazing and certain things smoking and rum drinking, and it was all right, man. It was good. That was brilliant. It was just the result. Although Jamaica they got who did they beat Japan? They beat Japan. Croatia beat Japan.
That must have been the big celebration itself, man.
Yeah. So, but 98 was a good World Cup.
No, it was awesome, and for me, it's always going to be special because of R9 and Michael Owen, and that's why when Michael Owen's all up here being disrespected in the commentary, I'm like, these guys forget that boy shook up the world, in this time he did. But
when he scored that, he announced himself on the scene, didn't he?
Against Romania, he scored against Romania, and obviously the Argentina goal, and I think from then on he cemented himself as the number 1 pick. I
have to watch that over. Might have to watch that over myself now. You got me, feeling that
proper stuff still.
What have you made of the news today about the Dutch League? Wow. Because basically, Dutch League. I spoke about this a few days ago that the Dutch League were saying that they're not going to, because over in Holland they're saying no major sporting events until at least September, and I think the Dutch League are just like, we're just going to knock it on the head. Now, they've come out today and also said, right, there'll be no winner. There'll be no league champions. There'll be no relegation. Now, obviously, there's a lot of Liverpool fans looking at that, very worried. I mean, somebody like Drifty, right? Or somebody like Chris Redmen TV. I bet the man can't sleep right now. I mean,
listen,
for Liverpool fans, that's a bad sign, isn't it? Because do you think if the season does get voided over here, that Liverpool won't be crowned champions?
Listen, before I would have said no chance. Liverpool fans, too much voice. Paul, Chris, all them, man. Do you know what I mean? Just making bare noise. But I'll tell you what, yeah. Today, the thought was creeping up right before. But today, when I saw that Dutch news, Robbie, I thought to myself, oh, then I said, now, first of all, we posted it, you know, on the Cheeky Sport IG. But then I sent it around to all my friends. I was like, you see this, you seen this? And I'm telling you, yeah, there's a lot of scared Liverpool fans out there at the moment. And I'm starting to believe, to answer your question, I'm starting to believe that things are not sorted out sooner or later. Because, Robbie, think of it. What are you going to do? You're going to get all the people fit again. And then start the league.
Yeah,
and
true.
And then have a preseason. And then start the... You know what? This Dutch thing, yeah, could be monumental to what happens in the Premier League.
Although, on the other hand, you know what I mean, I saw also a report in the Bundesliga are looking to get their league, you know, they're talking about May the 9th, possibly to starting with the Bundesliga second division. And then, you know what I mean, so...
Yeah, but they're Germany, though, man.
But in Germany, it's not as bad, is it?
You know what I mean? Exactly. So it's not this, like, the UK cases are serious, and the way we're handling things, you know, is a bit different from other governments. Some people have said too slow. Some people have said, you know what I mean, whatever they've said. But I just think that if they see that this works, they might just think, sorry, you know, Karen Brady, you know, not even sorry to Karen Brady. She would love it, actually.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, they might just say this is the easiest way to sort it out.
The implications, though, man. Liverpool won't get the title. There'll be no promotion for Leeds. There'll be no promotion for West Brom. There'll be no promotion. Even you go further down, teams like Coventry. And I mean, like, the implications of that. But I've said all along, if you can't complete the league, you can't just be handing out stuff. Even though we all know that Liverpool would have won it.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be really, really harsh. But I mean, how do you feel about it? Would you be gutted for Liverpool fans?
Look. First of all, tell me what reaction you want. If you want Cheeky Sport Joe reaction, I'll give you that. If you want Joe Bayer, the presenter, I'll give you that. So you pick, what one do you want first?
Cheeky Sport Joe.
Cheeky Sport Joe says this year, Liverpool are going to have to wait another 30 years if they're going to win that cup. Because you already know Newcastle have got a new owner. Yeah, they're not going to have it. Man United are going to want to strengthen. We've got Arteta. Yeah, Man City are going to be strong. Listen, man, it's long for them because you know Salah's leaving soon as well. You know that. So
listen, you're about to get Liverpool fans raging right now, man. You know what I mean? They're going to jump. They're going to be up to your head.
Listen, that's not my fault. That is not my fault. And obviously, you know, fair play to them, best team in the world and that. But some people, they're just not destined for it, man. Tottenham, Liverpool, them where they're, I don't know about them when it comes to the league, you know? I don't know.
Oh, poor Liverpool, man. I'll tell you. Because this is serious. You know what? The funny thing about it, I've said this a few times, is that when people first sort of suggested this was even before lockdowns and stuff like that, and they said, oh, Liverpool might not get it if there's...
It was just
people stop chatting foolishness, you know what I mean? But now this is serious.
Bruv. And you know what I'm hearing as well? How are they deciding the Champions League? Did you see the news that come out today?
Yeah.
About the Champions League, how they might decide that?
They might do it in a little sort of tournament type thing.
I didn't see that.
Oh, you mean, the Champions League places?
Yeah. I didn't see that. Did you hear about
that? So that's where they're talking about... they base it off of where people finish.
I don't know if that's what they said or...
There's been so many different ones because there was the coefficient one that they came out with first of all. And then, so the coefficient one was where they were saying that Arsenal would be in it. We'd be in there in fourth place, right? But then they've then gone on to say that, no, they'd let leagues choose who would finish where, you know, who they put forward to it, and it'd be more than likely.
I heard who they put forward. I heard that as well. I heard that's
if I was any of those teams then that wouldn't make it in that circumstance, I'd be straight onto my lawyer.
Yeah, no, it's true.
You'd be like, there's 10 games left. So how can you do that?
Listen, as far as I'm concerned, yeah, they would have to put like Sheffield in there. Do you know what I mean? They would have to, innit?
Why?
No, because if you had like a choice, because they were saying, right, if you could, I don't know what the name of it is, but they said there was a system where they would allow people to choose who they think should be in there. I don't know if they meant the people or if they meant people in the leagues, but if you did that, you would kind of base it off merit in it. So you would put Liverpool, Man City. People would then put Sheffield in it because everybody they're the safe team in it. Everybody thinks they deserve it, and then they'll probably try to throw in Chelsea or something like that. I've been riding up the cheeky sport fans. I said, man needs to give it to Arsenal because Arteta had bare rubbish to deal with when he came to the club, and he's turning it around.
True, that, man. I have to say, Joe, your comments are not going down very well with some Liverpool fans.
What are they saying?
Coming on here. I mean, there's this guy for starters. He says, Arsenal, no European trophy since their club was founded. So you got them going already.
Listen, I already told them, man.
Liverpool, no Premier League.
Listen, I said to them, we're not in the EU, so I don't care about the European trophy at the moment. You get me? I'm talking domestics. We're out of the EU thing. Don't count.
It would be hard. You know what? It would be harsh on Liverpool. It'd be harsh on Leicester as well. They've been having a good season. It'd be harsh on a lot of people. But if it can't be finished, it can't be finished. You can't just say, right. I mean, this is unprecedented.
Cancel the thing now. Just cancel it. Cancel the whole league, Robbie, because you put this up as the bloody thumbnail title. Cancel the Premier League now. Yeah, cancel it. Because as far as I'm concerned, man, some people like Jose Mourinho been cheating with his players, training in the park and that, while some of us can't even do anything. So what's that? Nah, bro, it's all over the place, man.
Liverpool fans also saying the season will get completed. I mean, they're going to try their hardest, but it must be a worry for Liverpool fans when you see what's happening today. Because put it this way, if the government come out and the government say, right, listen, no mass gatherings until September. That's what basically they've done in Holland. Mm-hmm. How I know that it might be behind closed doors, but even the government might say, right, we don't want more than 10, 20 people together. You can't do behind closed doors then, because you're still going to need a big team of people to put that on. Each game that's being played, you're going to need trucks to turn up there with equipment to set up the satellite and stuff like that. And so this is, it's not just us bantering. This is a possibility that it could be voided. Listen,
it's void the thing, says Blizzard B. Void the thing.
Hashtag void the thing. I'm getting grief. Robbie, you are a hypocrite. How can you say that we should be awarded the Champions League football, yet Liverpool are denied the league? Because I'm an Arsenal fan.
Be a hypocrite. Listen, this is what I tell you.
Because I'm an Arsenal fan, that's why. Right?
These men something. Omar. Omar. Let me tell you something real quick, big man, You got to remember that Arsenal are the second most famous, not popular, famous team, in the UK, all right? The reason why Champions League and that is certified is because of people like us, bro. Like, we rebranded the team, rebranded the football. So when you're coming and saying, oh, well, you guys, Arsenal, you think this, we have the right, bro. We're the only team that can't win a league for like 12 years, but people know we've been underachieving, know that the football. Come on, man. That's
hey, listen, it's you's caused this, all the Liverpool fans. This guy says you're a fraud, Robbie. Right? It's you's causing all this. You're causing all this that the Liverpool fans are.
Don't care. Tell them straight. I said it. Cancel the king. I said it.
I want to know from people, would you sympathise if Liverpool weren't awarded the title? Jump in the comments and tell us. Would you sympathise? Would you sympathise with them? Would you say nah? Or would you laugh?
No, I wouldn't. Do you know why I wouldn't? Yeah, because this is what makes football what it is. Do you know what I see this as? I see this as Champions League, 90-minute. You thought you got a goal. Lampard thought he got it across the line against Portugal. International, bang, the thing stopped. That's how I see this thing. It's what makes football football. You know?
I'll tell you what, but it's got him wound up, man. I'm telling you, it's got him wound up. Listen, now there's something that they'll probably jump on and have a laugh at us about, right? The Aubameyang situation. We're hearing, we're hearing a lot today about the Aubameyang situation. Some media outlets even suggesting that Arsenal are not even discussing a deal with him no more, and they're just resigned to the fact that he's going to leave. And Chelsea have been linked with him. I said this the other day that if any club he would, that really needs a striker, is Chelsea. But I mean, if he went to Chelsea, I just, if these guys, if these Arsenal board and that, let him go to Chelsea, I will never forgive him, man. I mean, serious. I would never forgive him. I mean, how do you feel on it?
To be honest with you, this is the thing that shocks me at Arsenal, Why do we let players get to the last year of the contract, and it's still not sorted yet? I think we're the worst club when it comes to this, if I'm honest with you. I think we've got a record of doing this, and I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's me that doesn't understand contracts. And to answer your question, to go to Chelsea, he can't, man. He can't. He ain't gonna do it, man. He'll go to Man United before he goes.
Man, listen. If
Chelsea,
if Chelsea turn around, Joel, and he's on what? He's on about 200 grand a week at Arsenal. What if Chelsea are capable of doing this? Remember, because it's Abramovich. Chelsea turn around and they say, hey, it's 300 grand a week, 3-4 year contract, especially at the moment with how things are with this whole coronavirus thing. That'd be really difficult for him to turn down.
I want to say yes, Robbie, but I believe that Aubameyang wants to enjoy his football. I think the reason why he hasn't said much is because I think he is going to stay. I think we're going to sort something out. They're going to give him the packages and the perks, and he's going to be Mr. Arsenal. I think we're going to do everything we can to keep him.
As this guy says, Kroenke out if Aubameyang leaves. Listen, you're saying listen. What you're saying, it sounds lovely, sounds brilliant, But we've seen in the past Van Persie, Nasri, Fabregas, Adebayor, Alexis Sanchez, a whole catalogue of top. We're not talking about crap players. We're talking about these are our best players that leave. And we were discussing this the other night where we were saying that, what Robin Van Persie said was quite significant the other day when he was talking about the fact that they didn't offer him a deal. And that was one of the reasons why he, I'm not too sure I'm fully believe everything he was saying.
Pinch of salt, mate. Pinch of salt.
But I'm worried because, if Aubameyang goes to Chelsea, what does that tell us about our club? Well, it will just confirm what we already know in a lot of cases, and that the club does not have no ambition.
He ain't going nowhere, Robbie. That's something that I know,
What makes you think that?
They'll ship him to Spain, before they ship him anywhere. You see what I mean? He ain't going nowhere.
And in this time, right, we can already see these guys. They're Arsenal first club to want to take players to take a pay cut. Talking about our money short and stuff like that. You telling me if a big offer comes in for Aubameyang, 50 million, 60 million, that these guys might take it?
I know it's not Arteta that makes the final decision when it comes to that, but he ain't doing it, man. He ain't doing it because we ain't got anyone else. I love Laka.
We didn't have nobody else when it's Robin Van Persie. They still sold him
back then, man. We had stadiums to pay off, man. We had things to do back then. We had things to do, Robbie. I'm not having it, Robbie. No, he's not going anywhere, bro. And do you know what it is as well? Sometimes you get a solid vibe when someone wants to go. A Sanchez, he wants to go. Name these other players. Nasri, we all know he had that bite in him. Fabregas, it's not that he wanted to go. We knew he wanted to go. He was all there wearing the shirt with Spain, and remember all of that. Like you can tell when some players want to go. I just sense here that this is like an Ozil situation where it's just down to the negotiation. It's down to the negotiation. Can they negotiate something right? Because if they can, great. If they can't, then he'll go. But I believe that Arsenal will set the precedent, right? And we will negotiate something right for Aubameyang. We will. I'm very confident of that. For real, for real.
Well, I hope you're right, man. Because Amrit says this guy, he's not having you, because he says Aubameyang will leave Arsenal because there's no Champions League next season. But then UEFA hands us Champions League because of the coefficient. We win the Champions League in 2021. I can dream, sue me. Yeah, you're dreaming. That's a lot of things that will be happening in our favour.
I don't know what man's seeing in them shades, boy. From them shades that he's wearing.
Albert says, Robbie, the media are just winding us up. Aubameyang is going nowhere. Listen, at first I thought, nah. But honestly, man, it's how these men operate. Joel, they've done it too many times, man. I don't know how you can speak with someone confident.
It's different. This one's different. You can sense when someone's trying to get out. You can sense how they talk, how they, they love they show and the love they show. You can sense it, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can really, really sense it. This is very similar to the Ozil situation where it's just the negotiation thing. Do you know what I'm saying? He likes it. He likes the London life. Don't mean he's going to go Chelsea. He likes it.
Yeah, I was going to say, you still be getting London life if you're in Chelsea.
Yeah, nah. They'll go buy someone else. And I really, really think, yeah. And, you got to look at it this way as well, is that I think, like I said, during those other times, I think that there were certain things that the club may have needed to do. And, RVP had a few injuries and it might have been the right idea. And instead of giving him, instead of him going on the free, I really, really, truly believe that they're just going to sort it out. They're going to sort it out. Arteta is going to be key to this, because he's very bold in saying that he wants his players to stay. They're going to sort it out. And I think why Ozil, you see with him, yeah.
You're doubting yourself. You're even doubting yourself now.
No, you see with him, it's a bit tricky. No, like why they cut his, do you know what I mean? Because he don't give you 90 minutes, man. Do you know what I mean? He don't give you 90 minutes. You know what I mean? He gives you 60. You see what I'm saying? People look at things like that, Robbie. If I came to if you got Bias show with you and Troops, yeah, and then and Troops, you always mention Troops coming in late. Troops coming in late, bro. You start looking at that time, You start looking at that time. That's why Ozil's different.
Robin here says, Robbie, we need to sell him. How is this even a discussion? Would you prefer to let him leave for a free next season? Come on, man, he says. What do you say to that?
Listen, that's not a problem because he's going to sign the thing. He's not going to, obviously, it's better to sell him than not sell him, but there's other clubs that are in for him as well. Barcelona's in for him. And I wouldn't, as weird as it sounds, I wouldn't even be surprised if a Real Madrid came in for him, to be honest with you, because...
But you know what? What I was saying the other day, Joel, with this whole coronavirus thing and teams being short of money, when I look at a lot of those teams...
Yeah.
And even we had Guillaume Balaguer on here the other day, he's saying the same thing. He goes, even those giant clubs in Spain, he goes, this is hitting them hard. They're not going to, he goes, all these big names and targets and that, he goes, they are not going to go for him this summer because they're not going to have the money, right? So you look around Europe at all the top clubs, they've all got good strikers apart from Chelsea. They're the team that's, short up front. I mean, this guy Seb says, how good would Chelsea be if they got Aubameyang? They'd be dangerous because if they got Aubameyang up front,
and they whatever, yeah. But Robbie,
I mean, I still look on it, Joel, and say to myself, why would he go there? Because apart from money, because they're no real closer to winning the league than we are.
Yeah, but Robbie, this is the Joel Bayer talking, not Cheeky's Ball Joel. I'm very confident that Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang will be an Arsenal player this time next year.
Well, you're right, man.
That's right.
This guy says Aubameyang is a world-class striker, scores in almost every game he plays. It's cheaper to keep him than selling him and getting a proper replacement. We give him 300k or whatever he wants and build around him?
I don't know about building around him because he's 30 or 31 soon. You know what I mean? So when you talk about building players around, you got to build him from a. Do you see what I'm saying? Like you got to build the team from when they're a bit younger. So I don't think that's the right tone, and I don't really quite understand that about it being cheaper. I just think it needs to be maneuvered correctly. You negotiate an extension to his deal, make it to whatever, even though he's 30 plus, making a little exception for him because he's a fantastic player. He looks like he'll still be scoring goals in 2-3 years. So you do it that way for him, and then after that, that's it really.
This guy says, Robbie, if Aubameyang leaves, do you think he'll be forgotten at Arsenal? If he leaves to go to Chelsea, yes. He will be forgotten at Arsenal. I mean, do you think he'll be forgotten at Arsenal?
If Robbie, if he leaves, I don't even know. I don't know. It depends where he goes, right? It's not
depends where he goes. If he goes to Barcelona or that, we still look back at him fondly. If he goes to Chelsea, and I like Aubameyang, but if he goes to Chelsea, man.
If he goes to Chelsea, sorry, I had to move the location a little bit. If he goes to Chelsea, because I'm in the kitchen. If he goes to Chelsea, then I'll tell you what, it will be tough to take, man. And do you know why it will be tough to take? Is that because of what you said? Because we've missed out on. There's a list of players and 8, 9, 10 players in the past where it hasn't gone right. So I reckon I don't think he's going to do it. Do you know why I don't think he's going to do it as well, Robbie? Yeah, let me add this, because the Lacazette situation, we don't know how that's going to pan out either. You could think you're selling Aubameyang and you're keeping Lacazette, and then they both go.
True. Vegas Gunner says, sell Mustafi and Xhaka and offer a pay raise to Aubameyang and buy a CDM. Those two continuous mistakes are a huge reason that we're not in the Champions League.
Look, man, I would have agreed with my guy, Vegas Gunner. I hear you. But at the same time, you got to look at Xhaka's performances since Arteta's come, man. It's not the same Xhaka that was playing, under Emery. So we have to be fair to our players. When, for example, we think something's not good, we can say it's not good. But when there's been improvement, we have to say, yes, it's improvement. Do you know what I mean? I'm happy that we're linked with new centre-backs, but it hasn't been the calamity that it was last season or even earlier on in the season.
This guy says, welcome to Chelsea, Aubameyang.
Don't listen to him. Flick it to the next guy. Flick it to the next guy. Don't worry about it. He's chatting right.
If Aubameyang leaves, this guy says, Troops and DT to do a campaign like they did for Wenger. Yeah. I mean, if he did go to Chelsea, I think somebody needs to get this message to Stan Kroenke just in case. Just in case. Fans will be in utter meltdown if that happens. I'm just, I just want to put it out there. They will.
He ain't going. But I'll tell you what, though. I'll tell you one thing.
You can say there was so much confidence.
One thing, though. This is something else that I got to mention, though. If them man come and offer 70 mil, we sell. We sell. Sell that guy.
70 mil.
Sell him. No. Even 60, sell him.
To Chelsea.
Sell him.
Anybody else? I don't want him going to. You should not be selling our best player to any English club.
You're a businessman. You're a businessman.
That's the problem. There you go. That's it. Yeah. That is it. Yes, the thing. Right? That is it. Business over.
No,
that drives me mad. Business over. You know what I mean? Having a proper team that can challenge for the league.
Robbie, I didn't say business over everything. I said in that sense, Robbie, you make the business move, so that you can go and invest into a new striker. I know you guys are feeling this in the comments. 60, 70 mil. There's players out there that you can go, you can even add money on top. You can
business. And then that money just disappears. When we do get that 70 million now, we buy something. Remember when we sold Van Persie?
Yeah, but you'll be able to buy someone that's younger who can bang in goals. Come on, man. Yeah. Come on.
Who's that?
Come on. What my brother that's in Inter Milan, what's it called? The other brother that's not playing at Real Madrid. There's a couple, man, that are floating around, man. I'm telling you.
I'll tell you. You see, this is what gets me mad. And now I'm surprised you even say that, right?
67.
If Australia or New Zealand could eliminate the virus, how would you feel about moving the Premier League there until it could be played back in England.
Wow, that's interesting.
What about that idea, people?
That's very interesting, to be fair. I didn't see. That's a great question.
That is a great question.
Yeah.
So, because you never know, right? I mean, they haven't eliminated it anyway, but suppose it was something like that they said, right, to complete the league, we're going to go and play it in such and such country because they got no cases. Maybe play it in China because they seem to have the least amount of cases.
It's so funny because someone had suggested that like a week. I was like, that's never going to happen. But I think, yeah, this is the selfish side of me, Robbie, yeah, because I think the idea in general is good, but I think something about football fans feeling like they own the right to have their Premier League stars playing in the country.
You couldn't take it abroad. You couldn't.
Yeah. Because
the thing is about it, wouldn't even be able, even if we wanted to, we wouldn't even be able to go over there and watch it because, you know, it'd be all quarantines and stuff like that. So you wouldn't be able to get out there and watch it.
And the times as well are so different, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, they would have to be playing, they would have to be playing football at like, you know, very silly times compared to us.
Yeah. This guy says Joel is Cronky in disguise. Cheeky Cronky Sports.
Don't be spreading that to troops, you know, and these guys, because they'll start making a thing.
Vegas Gooner says, Joel, fair points on Mustafi and Xhaka, but Mustafi will be in his last year. Do you sell or extend?
You guys are trying to set me up for the business question, because if I come up and I say think business and sell him, everyone's going to be like, oh, Joel, that's what you think about, and they'll start calling me names and that. But I think, right, this is why I put on my Joel Bear hat, yeah? I think that you should look at the situation, you evaluate it, and if there's something that was of a good offer, I think you should consider it, you know, because obviously we want to invest in new centre-backs coming in. Not to say that he hasn't, you know, he hasn't improved, but I would consider it if a good offer came.
Esme says Aubameyang's dad has put a story of Aubameyang signing a contract on his Insta story. I haven't seen that.
How reliable is this, though?
I don't know. I haven't seen that. Oliver says we don't need Aubameyang at Chelsea. Come on, he's obviously a Chelsea fan. Well, yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, it's cool. But you can't tell me that Tammy Abrahams and Giroud are better than Aubameyang. Nah. Aubameyang is one of the best strikers in Europe, in the world right now.
Listen, what is, Robbie, you might know this. How good has his ratio been in the UK since he's arrived compared to Kane and Aguero? I know it's
right up there. It's just as good as those guys.
Probably even better than Kane. It's amazing.
I mean, last year he was the Golden Boot winner, or he shared it with Salah and Mane, but he's a Golden Boot winner. And this year he's second in the list of scorers. So he's consistently good. So, you know, he scores goals. Winfrey says the board want to keep Aubameyang, but want to get rid of Ozil. This is a different board. Yeah, they want to do that, but Ozil ain't going nowhere. Ozil was not going to leave until the end of his contract. I don't think so. He's not going to leave, is he?
Nah, you got to remember, like, it's all about, it's a business, man. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
you need to stop this business thing. You get me mad.
I'm just saying, bro, like, he's set up. Yeah. He's chilling. Well, why is he going anywhere?
I hope you're right.
And it's the same as when, for example, when Malouda was at Chelsea. Like, I remember going there. I had a few friends that used to play for Chelsea at the time. They were dropping in. Remember, Malouda just disappeared off the face of football. He was just racking in his 70 grand a week, bruv. And he said, you know what? I've got kids that go to school here. I've got a nice life here. Let me play for the reserves. I don't care. And he just did that.
Jessa says, do you trust the board to replace Aubameyang with limited funds? Also, why did we get rid of Sven Mislintat with a limited budget using a self-sustaining model? That's a good point. Because Mislintat was doing a decent job.
He was, and to be honest with you, like, I don't know. I really don't know. I would be lying if I said I knew anything about it. I have no idea. In regards to trusting the board to replace Aubameyang as well with limited funds, Why is everyone saying limited funds? If he does go, he's not going to go for chicken change. Do you know what I mean? He's going to go for money. He is going to go for money.
We're saying, do you trust that money to be then used to find an adequate replacement? Because we've seen we've seen over the years when players have been sold, they haven't bought good. When they sold Alexis, they brought in Mkhitaryan. That's not like for like, man. Not the way Alexis was on fire.
You can say that, but we weren't too disappointed when we got Mickey first. It's because we saw
only because we thought he was we was just losing Alexis for nothing.
Yeah, no. It's not just obviously, but because
the only good thing Mickey's done.
Robbie, you went to that Everton game. You were there. Obviously, you were there, innit?
Yeah.
His first game. Once you saw that performance, tell me whether you thought or not, and don't lie, because I'll just go to the back. Check one of the fan cams. Tell me you didn't think, you know what, we got a good deal here.
I thought, no, not good deal. I never thought that. Listen, we lost Alexis Sanchez, our best player. But I looked at it after that performance. I said, well, okay, good. That was the only good performance, really.
Yeah, it probably was. But
again, we sold our best player by a mile at that time, yeah?
He had to go. He had to go,
but we didn't replace him properly.
We tried. It's just that Mickey, we tried.
I don't trust it. I'm with some of these guys. I'm afraid I don't. I'm just going based off of past history. I do not trust these guys to replace.
You're mad, man. Nah, man. I used to think it was just some of the men that went on, brothers.
No. In this case, I feel strongly about it, right? Because I'm looking at the past history of what's gone on, right? When we've sold our best players, we've not replaced them. And this is why it worries me. If we did, I'd be cool. I'd be like, you know what? If Aubameyang doesn't want to sign a new deal, fair enough. We have to move him on, bring in someone. But I don't trust
do you know why I think you're being a bit mad? And this is not me putting on an Arsenal cap and whatnot. If you look at the last two strikers we bought, we spent 50 odd in Lacazette. We did.
I was pleased with that.
And we spent 70 mil on Aubameyang. So that within itself proves that we broke that curve that we had when we were messing around with the Sonogos of this world and all that. Do you see what I'm saying? Like,
there you go as an example.
Yeah, but I'm just saying we went through that period. But when
I think you're on about Pepe. Yeah, we signed Pepe. That was great.
Yeah, I didn't even forgot about Pepe. I literally meant Lacazette and Aubameyang.
Aubameyang was 70 million. What did we pay for him?
It was close to it.
Just under 60 million.
Was it? Okay, cool.
That was a great signing. But I don't know, man.
Come on, Robbie, man. You've even named me 3 players. You've even named me our 3 last forward players. You're telling me the club, even if we did a whole mad deal with Pepe and that, like, we still spent the money. And to be very honest with you, I've even seen rants from United Stand here. Have you seen the compilation of how much he wanted Pepe?
He wanted Pepe. I'm happy with Pepe.
Cool.
I'm happy with Pepe.
Cool.
Lacazette, I was happy with.
Cool.
Aubameyang was obviously a fantastic signing. They're good. So why we want to sell one?
Cool. But what I'm saying
improve on.
That's another reason why you might let go of it, because if you let go of Aubameyang, you might really free Pepe. You might free Pepe.
Ozzy Guna says, since Aubameyang joined us in January, not last season, the one before, no one in the Prem has outscored him.
Yeah, big boy. He's a big boy in the game. And he makes it look so easy, you know.
Sorry. There was one comment I was trying to get to the other one. This guy says, Pepe is a flop. Lacazette is average, but Aubameyang is the real deal. Pepe is not a flop. He's not flopped. He's not lived up to the price tag. He's not flopped. Lacazette is not average. Lacazette was a player of the season last year. I think he's not having a great year. But I don't personally think he's average. You know what I mean? I think,
good player.
I've been too quick to jump on him. That's been I've been saying it all along, but
people wake up and they change their mind, Robbie. Last year when he was banging the equaliser against Liverpool, people realized how good Lacazette was. Do you see what I'm saying? Like it was yes, it was still the Aubameyang show, but people really, you know, oh, why is Lacazette only playing 60 minutes? It became a real thing because people know how good he is. I think people just change their mind and they just go with what's going on. Lacazette's a top player, man.
Yeah. Jose says, Aubameyang is what we need. Why let him go? He goes, these fans. The Chelsea fan here, Mohamed, he says, how much should Arsenal sell Aubameyang? He's 30 years old now, but he's still a world-class player. So if we do sell him, it would have to be for mega money. I mean, this guy's there saying, I think that was the price we paid for him, 57 mil. But he should go for mega money. But for me, it's not about the money right now. I'm talking about we should not be selling him to Chelsea. He should not. You know, I'm not saying, not that that's going to, we don't know that's definitely going to happen, by the way. This is just speculation. But we should not be going anywhere near selling any of our best players, not just to Chelsea, to City, to Liverpool. Do you think Liverpool would sell Salah? Do you think Liverpool would sell Salah to Man United?
Robbie, you move, Robbie. I'm starting to not understand if you don't understand the situation. He's got a year left, Robbie. He's got a year left. If someone comes and says 60 mil, Robbie?
Chelsea. No, someone's fair enough. If Real Madrid, Barcelona, Bayern,
imagine those teams.
Chelsea.
Listen, I'll be real with you, yeah? If you don't sell him to Chelsea, he's going United. Or he's going to go for free.
No, because he received. Well, I wouldn't refuse to sell him. And there's been other clubs, right? There's been other clubs that have done that, right? Like this guy said, I agree with Jose. He says if we sell him to Chelsea, small club mentality, and I agree with that. I don't care. He's only got he should not be sold to Chelsea. I don't care. No, this businessman thing. You know what I mean? You sound like Donald Trump.
Robbie,
I'm a businessman.
Robbie, I don't know about that. I don't know if you're telling the truth. I don't see. Yeah,
I'm telling the truth. I do not want to see any more of our big names going to Chelsea, Man United. Any of them teams, the City. We're a feeder club. Why? How many of their players come to us?
Look, the truth is
when they're rubbish.
The truth
is send them to us when they're rubbish.
Like when we had Sylvester. Look, the truth is, yeah. The truth is, Robbie, yeah. It's not about him going to Chelsea or him going to United. It's us allowing players in the last year to have 1 year left on their contract. Big players.
I agree with that.
For me, that's the big issue.
I agree with that, but if the situation is as it is now, we can't do nothing. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Do not sell him to any of our rivals, Chelsea, Tottenham, Man United, City. We should not be. Did they do it? Well, forget Tottenham out of this argument.
Yeah, I was going to say Tottenham. That's not even. Yeah.
Take Tottenham out of the argument. Do you see City selling to their biggest rivals? Do you see Liverpool? Do you see Man United? Do you think Manchester United would sell, I don't know, Pogba to Liverpool? No chance. I don't care if
you know what
6 months left on the deal, they wouldn't do it.
Do you know
why are we doing it?
Do you know what it is, yeah? I feel like two things, first of all, yeah. I feel like, yeah, maybe we look at our clubs different, you know, in the south of the border. I think that's one, you know. I think up there, I think that's one. And I think secondly, yeah. Actually, I don't have a second reason, to be honest with you.
We've been brainwashed. Joel, I think what it is over the years, we've been a bit brainwashed because every time they go to sell one of these players to a rival, they talk about, the stadiums to be paid off, the this, the that. And then we've accepted it over the years. We've been like, all right, okay, we understand. I think the time now has stopped. We cannot. We got to start operating. We do what United did. When they send a player to you, they know he's done. Like when they sent a Silvestre.
Not even for 70 mil.
No, man, no. 70 mil abroad, or even take 60 mil abroad or 50 mil.
No, I will take a cut.
You do not sell him to one of your deadly rivals. You do not sell him to, you don't sell him to any of them clubs, man, because they don't do it. Why are we doing it? Who are we? Well, we're some little club now. Yeah, I mean, we're operating like Watford or something, like where we'd have to be like, oh, you know what, we've got to take that money, man. No disrespect to Watford, but you understand what I'm saying? One of them clubs down here.
Tell Watford, we're not you. But it's true.
Neil says, wake up, Robbie. We don't act like a big club. We have owners with no ambition. We as fans have been abused by the owners for years. Do you remember there you go. Look at that one. Al-Shab said, remember when Liverpool wouldn't sell Luis Suarez to us? And have you ever read what's after that, what happened? Suarez wanted to come. They said
and then Gerrard said to him, don't go there, wait 1 year and go Barcelona or something like that.
They said the deal was done, everything. Liverpool basically, they just stopped it from happening. They could have took the money. But they're like, no, we're not selling him to Arsenal. But us now, women like you, business, Robbie, businessman, man. No, you got your case out and your tie on, you know what I mean?
Robbie, do you know what it is? Luis Suarez was not 30 years old. Yeah, if he was 30 years old, he would have been an Arsenal player. That's first and foremost. Yeah, you can fix up your chair, but
exactly, because they just give him. Yeah, if Liverpool wanted to get rid of him, if Liverpool wanted to,
cool, I hear that. But if we had given the same offer or whatever is equivalent, to whatever that would have been, they would have sold him if he was 30 years old. What I'm saying is, at that age, you need to start looking at things a little bit different. That's what I'm saying.
This guy, I think he's agreeing with you. He says, David says, Robbie, what about if we don't sell him to Chelsea and we keep him and he goes to Chelsea for free next season?
That's what I'm talking about.
If you go to Chelsea for free, then it's on him.
Nah, Robbie, you can't
take it on him. Nah, I don't want him. Listen, we've got to start acting like a big club.
Robbie, let's take this money, then we act like a big club, yeah? Because
and then we take the money, and then we know we're gone.
Nah, but it's not even just that. You got it's not. You got Robbie. Look.
I'll tell you, the guy who gets them when that money comes in.
Yeah.
Like that Aubameyang money would come in, like say 50, 60 mil or whatever it is, 70 million.
Yeah.
And he'd be getting when it gets to the hands of Kroenke, he come in like that, that guy Dynamo.
Yeah.
Disappeared. That's where we'd gone. He'd be like, yeah, we had 70. That'd be like 10 million there.
Remember when we used to hear the war chest? Do you ever hear at the end of the season they say we got a war chest coming? War chest.
Where? Where is it?
This one season we said war chest and we bought check for free. Bruh, I was fuming.
That's what I'm talking about. That's why, Joel, there's no confidence. Even though we got a new, I hear what you're saying. You said it earlier. We've got a new transfer team doing the stuff.
Yeah.
And I hear what you're saying on that. And they are better than the last lot. They are better. They're more aggressive with what they're doing. I like some of the things they've done. They've made some good signings. Pepe, Martinelli, Guendouzi. They've made some good signings. I'm not going to lie. They have. However, it's still the same guy in charge upstairs. And I just wonder if I can trust him, that if he did receive that money, that he would then, especially with what's going on now, that money would be reinvested into player personnel only. Or if some of that money would be going to, he'd probably blame it on Ozil or say, boy, well,
I'll be real.
He didn't take a pay cut, so.
Robbie, the thing that gives me confidence, if I'm honest with you, is like I said to you, our last 3 attacking players, right, have been transfers that have been made. We paid good money for Lacazette. We acted fast with Aubameyang. We paid good money for him. And also with Pepe, we did the same thing. We could have went for Wilfried Zaha. Either way, we were going to pay for someone. But we did what we thought was smart. And we also designed that deal. People laugh at the way we've designed the deal, but we designed it very smart as well to make sure that we were able to compete. So, yeah.
Really says we give Cesc Fabregas,
yes.
RVP, Ashley Cole Sanchez. We get back in the other return. Gallas, Old Czech, and Silvestre. It's true. That's what Chelsea give us, Czech. When the man done out here, Serious, man. No, you know what? I'm laughing, and I shouldn't be even laughing, man. I shouldn't be laughing.
Said, that's not the same team. That's not the same guys that used to handle our thing. Come on, you got to remember.
Well, hopefully, these new guys that are handling the thing will make sure that this does not repeat, because I've been here before, man, and that's. I don't know about you, but I'm a worried guy right now, because when I see these things about, because it wouldn't surprise me if they sold him to Chelsea.
Why are you so sure on Chelsea? Because I'm like you, brother. I look out for things. Yeah,
listen, it's a rumor. It's a rumor.
Yeah,
sorry, it's a rumor.
Okay, because I've seen more Man United than I have, and I'll be honest with you, that angered me maybe even a little bit more than Chelsea, because their man got mouth, man, and they've been doing it to us for years.
Chelsea got mouth.
Yeah, for me, for me, I'm a little bit more offended on that side. I'm not,
listen, man. Will you go to Chelsea? They're singing that song about.
I know what you're saying.
Fabregas is magic. I mean, why should we be taunted with these things? We're a bigger club than Chelsea.
I hear.
We don't behave. Chelsea behave bigger than us.
They don't like Fabregas anyway, man. He didn't get no good send off when he left.
Well, all I know is that they'll be singing that song when we're there, right? And why? Because we gave them Fabregas play. We give them players in their prime. They give us check. We get some Vestra. Or as a guy said here, Welbeck and all these sort of man. You know what I mean? It's serious. Azandis says Kroenke is the third most wealthy owner in the league. Chelsea's owner has shown that if an owner backs their club, there will be trophies won. Kroenke is a stingy capitalist, selfish businessman.
There's that word, boy. I'm never gonna say that word again on AFTV.
Capitalist.
Businessman. Nah, mate. Man.
Oh my God, man! I'll tell you. Well, listen, I'm glad. I'm going to go with you, Joel, because you know, I mean, I like your confidence.
Nah, you ain't going.
I like your confidence.
You ain't going, Robbie. I've seen it when people want to leave. They start doing things. You know what I mean? You start to even look at the player like, well, boy, if you want to leave, you can go. That's what we've said about all these players. Sanchez, do you know what I mean? RVP, Cesc. They get to a point where you start to want even Thierry Henry. Do you remember when he scored the goal and he didn't play that match? And when the player scored, he was next to Wenger and he celebrated. Do you remember that? You start to look at players like that and you go, well, boy, if the relationship is broken down like that, then maybe you should go. But when it comes to Aubameyang, very respectful.
He's the captain as well.
Very, very. Now that don't mean nothing because
and what's happened to all the previous captains?
I'm not even, on that side. We can switch sides.
Why did we make this guy the captain? We knew that would happen. Trent says, "How can teams like Liverpool get 15 to 20 million for Solanke, and we always get ripped off, or get given duds? It's annoying."
Yeah, I don't know. But he's an English player, though. He's an English player, so the premium is always different from an English player. If you were to try to go in and buy their Harry Wilson guy that's not hardly played games for Bournemouth, but he played well for Leeds last year, you'll be looking at 25, 30, 40 million maybe for him. So he's English.
Ola says the only place Arsenal is big is in the heads of fans like Robbie. The club needs money to attract talent. You're only considered big in the modern era when you have the finance to attract talents.
That's rubbish. That's rubbish because Everton got money now. So all of a sudden are they a big club like that? They're not a big club like that. They're still a middle tier club. Like Newcastle can have their owner that comes in today and they don't make them a big club. Do you know what I'm saying? Like they can win a little League Cup. It don't make them. Even City, when Guardiola didn't win the league the first year, he said, and I quote in an interview conference, he said, if we was a big club, I would have got sacked.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. I remember when he said that. Also, I want to just, how long we got left? We've got about another 5 minutes. I still want to hear from, if anybody's, I haven't really seen nobody come up saying they're sympathising with Liverpool if they were not to be handed the league. So that's not really happening for Liverpool fans.
Nah.
Mike Dennis said, who would you rather sell Aubameyang to, United or Chelsea? Neither.
Nah,
I think, Joel, you said Chelsea, innit? Neither.
I did not know. You know what, yeah? Don't put words in my mouth, Robbie, innit? I said.
So you said it'd be worse to sell him to Man United. They're both as bad to me. I don't want him to go to any of them two clubs.
Yeah, no, definitely not. You know what? Yeah, I know we hate Chelsea, and I know John Terry's blocked me from thingy. You know, he ain't happy with me.
Cheeky sport.
Yeah, I don't know what. I don't even know what. Because on the thing, I usually go and I
know why.
Yeah, I know. I say certain things. I say certain things about Chelsea fans, innit? Like I've got a Chelsea segment that I do and whatnot. Yeah, but United, bruv, there's something about them that irks me. You know.
Well, they've given us so much stick over the years, and I want to get one up on them or one up on one of these teams in the transfer market. When are we ever going to go and take away a big player from one of them clubs?
But it's not about that. You're now
it's
just
not about that, but
you're sitting there and holding feelings. We've got.
I'm holding feelings. I am.
You are holding feelings because
I am. Yes.
Because if you look, like I said, look at our last 3 attacking players. Yeah, we've got Lacazette, Pepe, Aubameyang, and if you want to go away from that, look at the clever buys like Martinelli, even the clever loans like Ceballos.
Look at that. Look what people are saying. See. Look at this.
I heard he was linked with us.
You could take Lingard off our.
I heard he was heavily linked with us a few weeks ago.
Yeah, and we probably do it as well.
He was heavily linked with us still.
Like someone, I just saw another comment there. I was just trying to find it. He just whizzed. The comments are just whizzing past today. There's so many of them.
Yeah.
Where's that other comment that was just summed it up again? This one, look. That's another one of our great. That's another one of the players that we've gone and taken away from them teams. David
Was
Luiz.
he not free? Was he not free?
Yeah, free. No, he weren't free. We bought him.
For how much? 5 mil?
Yeah, it wasn't a lot of money, but we bought him.
That's a free thing, man. That's
but
a free
again, yeah, I mean, when we get those players, do you not see the pattern? When we get those players, when they're done with it. So they're like,
making the comments. They're
Chelsea be like, yeah, you can have David Luiz. Even though I think he's done quite decent. But they'll be like, have Luiz, man.
They said, man are saying take Phil Jones from Man United.
yeah. We do that as well. Andrew said, guys, why are Germany and Holland leagues doing different things? Also, at what point of time should we become fearful that the Premier League may be voided? Well, we sort of said it at the start of the show. Germany, Holland doing different things because basically Germany have got the coronavirus, well, not fully under control, but they're kind of controlling it. They've got lots of tests going on there. Their cases are not as bad. Maybe in Holland, you know, the government said they don't want no big events until at least September. So in Holland, they're saying, well, there's no point in continuing it on. I also think a lot of it's to do with the fact of the money that these leagues get. I mean, the Eredivisie is not a very massively televised league across the world. The Bundesliga gets a lot of money from TV money. So that would also see why there's a difference. But I'm telling you, man, there's still
Sorry, Robbie. This one, I know it's your job to read the comments, but I just had to call this one out. Someone said, the realist Gula said, Joe, which hurt more, RVP to United or Cole/Cesc to Chelsea?
See, man's all comparing things now. See, that's what I'm saying, man.
What hurt more for you?
RVP, man.
Yeah.
RVP, that hurt. Ashley Cole hurt.
Ashley Cole hurt, you know.
RVP hurt.
RVP definitely hurt because
RVP hurt, man. Because you knew. Remember the previous season, United, they never had no striker. That's why they couldn't win nothing, right?
Yeah.
We knew that when he went there, that's going to make them better. That's going to make them win it, and they did. And of course, it hurt. And then when comes out of our place, we have to give him a guard of honor. That's what I'm saying. And they haven't learned from that. They haven't learned from that. Nah, man. I'm a person. You said I'm carrying feelings. I am. It's a lot of feelings, man. I'm carrying feelings, man. I'm carrying feelings. That Ashley Cole, I'm carrying feelings. RVP, I'm carrying feelings. Nasri, feelings. Sanya, feelings. I'm carrying. Clichy, yeah. Fabregas, even Giroud.
You didn't catch any feelings.
Pure feelings. I'm carrying. Pure feelings. Trent said, I'm worried Saka might sign for another club. I heard Saka's on the verge of a deal, actually. Orny saying Liverpool are interested. We better get Saka signed up. I'm hearing that that's close.
Come on, man. They've got Robinson. Robinson's at a decent age. There's nothing.
Yeah, but hold on, Joe. Those teams, they build upon what they got. That's how you challenge for title. What? Oh yeah, let's sell him as soon as he's playing well.
I hear you, but we ain't. That's not happening. Yeah, you know what? I don't know. Maybe I think me and you have got a different perception of the current club. You know, I think that's what it is.
You have got a point. No, you've got a point that there's some new guys in. And
the
new guys, but it's still the same guy in charge. He's the guy who sanctions it, isn't it?
Okay.
So he'll be ultimately the guy that they'll come to and say, Stan, Aubameyang, what do we do? He hasn't signed a new deal yet. They want, Chelsea have said they'll buy him 50 million, but the fans won't like this one, man. It's not going to look good on us. It's gonna not set a good precedent to show. It shows that we're still a sort of selling club. Doesn't show that mentality of a big club. And then he's the guy who's going to make the decision on that. And then he might turn around and say, "Who are Chelsea? Just sell him." That's what worries me.
Yeah, and then they'll give us an old Willian.
Yeah, Willian coming back on the other.
It's true,
But they might even give us Giroud back or something like that. Oh man, I'll tell you.
I can just see people bantering us.
See, look, we even bantering our own, and we shouldn't be. I don't want to be bantering our own club, right? We should be. This is my argument has been. I've argued with a lot of fans because people, and a lot of these fans are being sensible, like you're being sensible in reality, because you're saying if a guy wants to go, we've got to take the money. But it annoys me because I was like, we're supposed to be building upon the best players that we have.
The reason why they don't do that to their top players is because none of their players get to the last year of their contract without it being sorted. This Pogba thing has been talks for Man United for a while. He's got years on his contract, They talk about it as if you would have thought he was on his last year, the way they were talking about it last year and the year before. I know he was unsettled, but Rashford tied him down to a new deal. When you look at the Chelsea young boys, all those boys there are tied down to a new deal. Calm. Harry Kane, they're talking about Harry Kane leaving. He just signed a new deal last year.
He'll leave. He'll leave. He'll leave. The thing is about them is that they kind of carry like how we do when it comes to the transfer market, right? He will leave. Harry Kane will go.
My man gets the bet. Harry Kane ain't leaving for nothing. That's not a record-breaking fee. That's the difference. Because my man knows how to.
Yeah, and that's it. They're more sensible with their contracts, and we should have had Aubameyang tied down last year, really.
But that's
the problem. The problem with it's been. We all know what the problem's been. It has been the Ozil thing because he's on so much money.
So does that affect? So that actually affects the.
I think they'd like to give that money to Aubameyang, but they can't have two people on that sort of wage. I think that's what the problem is. So one has to go, and Ozil's not going nowhere. He's not even taking a pay cut. So one's got to go to get off the wage. But to me, they should be getting other people off the wage bill. Because somebody like a Mustafi, for instance, I know he's improved, but he's on £90,000 a week.
He's on
90 grand a week.
Wow.
These guys, there's a lot of players at Arsenal, very average players on very high wages.
Wow.
So I'm
surprised. £90,000 a week.
90 G's, bro, a week.
How long left has he got? What is it? A year? 2? How long?
I think Mustafi's got a year after this year. He's got 1 year left as well.
Yeah, they've got to sort that out.
This guy says, play Mustafi and Phil Jones at the back will be indestructible. Mustafi has improved a lot, though.
He has, but like what my man said earlier on, if there's a sensible offer that comes in, we all know what we have to do.
And the banter of all banter, this is going to win the award for the banter of the day, to swap Aubameyang for Danny Drinkwater.
I forgot he was that Chelsea. I thought the Burnley thing was permanent.
Nah, man. Did you see Burnley sent him back because the guy's he's just completely lost it? We're gonna do we'll do one more comment. Let's get one more in. If Aubameyang stays, we will get Champions League next season, says Seb. It's important to make. I feel it's important to try and make him stay. I think it's important to make a statement and keep Aubameyang. I know the age thing. I understand when some people say, "Well, look at his age," but there's top players across Europe at a similar age or older. Ronaldo.
I'll tell you what.
Messi. They're all older than him.
I'll tell you what. That's a good point. What if we're talking Champions League? I was just thinking business, man, like you said. But if we're thinking we are actually aiming to get top 3, top 4, and the reason why I say top 3 is because I think, it's achievable. Keep him. Because
you have to keep him.
Because then if he fires you into the Champions League with the additional players and an improved Pepe, an improved defense and improved squad, then you can afford to wiggle around a little bit. We can't afford to wiggle around and we're just about making Europa.
Listen, it's been a great debate tonight. It's been fantastic having you on, Joel. Keep up the good work.
Back on again soon, man.
No, of course we'll get you back on again soon, man. It was great having you on. Full of vibes as usual. You've got to check out his channel if you don't already know it. What planet do you live on? Cheeky Sport. Also, they got a really outstanding Instagram page as well. I really like their Instagram page. So make sure you check it out. Cheeky Sport. Joel, thank you for coming on, man. And we'll be having some more debates again soon.
Cheers, all right. You got me today, Robbie, man. You can send me I'm upset, bro. We're gonna have to talk offline, bro. In a bit.
Cheeky Sport, Joel, and thank you very much for watching the show today. We'll be back in the morning. So make sure you check us out with AFTV News Daily, the early edition. Also, All Guns Blazing podcasts out. Also, don't forget to check out the Buyers Premier League show. That's out right now as well. Lots of content. We're keeping it rolling here on AFTV. We'll be back in the morning.